Yes, good morning everyone. I just came forward that to tell you about the cell wall which is present only in plant cell. Okay, now let's understand about the detail. Let's understand about detail in cell wall. As you know that in previous class we have discussed that cell membrane and cell wall. Okay, now you can see. So a little bit differences here. Before understanding about the cell wall, we need to understand about some of the differences, two differences between the plant cell and the animal cell. Then let's go forward to understand about the cell wall. Okay, now you see here plant cell as plant cell and animal cell. As you can see the differences here. So based on these differences, we can understand about the cell wall. As plant cell, right, is also having cell membrane. Plant cell is also having cell membrane. As animal cell is also having cell membrane, as we have discussed in last class. Okay, but in plant cell, the cell membrane is externally, right, externally covered by. In plant cell membrane is externally covered by cell wall, the other structure that is called as cell wall. Okay, you have to remember. But in animal cell, that cell membrane is not external. It means that it is not covered by any cell wall as like plant cell. Okay, so you have to remember this variations. Okay, you have to remember this variation. Then based on this we can go and understand that. Okay, this is the plant cell. This is the plant cell. Okay, this is the cell membrane. This is the cell membrane. Okay, so here this is the nucleus. Nucleus is projected towards the cell membrane, peripheral regions, and the larger portion of the cell, plant cell, is covered by vacuole, and remaining other structural parts, inside part, they are called as cell organelles are present. But here our motto is to discuss here about now cell wall. Okay, so these are the variations you can understand. This is the plant cell, whereas in animal cell, nucleus is allocated in the center of the cell, whereas vacuole is negligible, is minimized in structure as negligible function. Okay, right, and the other cell organelles are present in the animal cell also as like the plant cell, but its outermost membrane is cell membrane. The outermost membrane is what? Cell membrane. Here the outermost membrane is what? Cell wall. The outermost membrane is what? Cell wall. So you have to understand that. So there is a variation between the plant cell and the animal cell here. Presence of cell wall and the absence of cell wall. This is animal cell. This is animal cell. And this is plant cell. This is plant cell. So you can observe the variation between the two cells. Okay. Now let's understand in detail that about the cell wall. Suppose you take one room of our house. You can select one room of our house. Okay, as how our room is protected by a wall. Our room is protected by a wall. In the same way, the cell is also protected by a wall. Right? So cell wall acts as a protective membrane in plant cell. Now you can see. Okay, so this is the plant cell and this is the cell wall. So in cell wall, right, cell wall made up of primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. Okay, secondary cell wall. So cell wall is categorized into two types: primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. As this, what is the function of the cell wall? Cell wall gives strength Cell wall gives strength to the plant cell, right? Support to the plant cell, right? Flexible in structure, flexible in structure. Okay, it gives, we can also say, instead of strength, that we can say it as a mechanical strength. We can say that it is as a mechanical strength is mechanical strength is supported by cell wall to the plant cell. As you can take the plant, and if I kick the plant, that nothing happened to that plant, because each and every cell of the plant cell is supported with the mechanical strength, that is nothing but cell wall. As the cell wall is made up of, right? What cell wall is made up of? Cell wall is made up of, primary cell wall is made up of, and secondary cell wall. Primary cell wall is made up of polysaccharides. Polysaccharides means what? Sugars. Okay. Polysaccharides means what? Sugars. Right? Poly means many, saccharide means sugar. What is the name of that sugar? Cellulose. What we call cellulose? Cellulose, hemicellulose, cellulose, hemicellulose, and what is the other one? Pectin. Pectin. Okay, so primary cell wall is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin. These are the sugar substances. These are the components. These are the components. And the secondary cell wall is made up of lignin. Lignin, right? And other substances, xylam, and other substances here. But here you have to remember that pectin and lignin plays very, very important role that in formation of the structure of the cell wall. Okay, so cell wall gives support, strength, and it is flexible in nature, and also it on the surface, as like cell membrane, on the surface of the cell wall also we see that pores are present. Okay, so these pores helps in the exchange of the gaseous substances. These pores helps in the exchange of the gaseous substances. I hope you understood. Cell wall is specific to plant cell, and in bacteria also we found their outer membrane is made up of cell wall. Okay, their outer membrane is also made up of cell wall. Now let's understand one activity regarding this action of cell wall, right? How cell wall support the turgor pressure. Okay, how cell wall supports and resists with the turgor pressure. Okay, let's see it. So without cell wall, a plant cell cannot exist. Without cell wall, a plant cell cannot exist and cannot be supported. Okay. Now, you take a leaf and mount it. It means you have to tear the leaf and take the peel of the leaf. Okay, peel of the leaf, and you can take, this is watch glass. This is what? Watch glass. Okay, in this watch glass you add the salt or sugar solution. You add salt or sugar solution. Next, you add salt or sugar solution. Then place this, transfer this peel. Transfer the peel in this glass, watch glass. Then after some time, what is your observation? That is the question here. What is your observation? What is your observation? So as the cell undergo plasmolysis. As cell undergo plasmolysis. Now let us understand about the plasmolysis. So as we are having the basic knowledge that osmosis, movement of substances towards high concentration. Okay, movement of substances movement of substances, right, towards high concentration. So that is called as osmosis. Now you have taken watch glass. In watch glass, salt or sugar very high concentration, hyper, and in leaf peel the concentration is less. So the water molecules are less. So from the leaf peel, water molecules the cell will break out. The cell break out, and the substances present inside the cell will oozes out. It means leaks out. Substances will leaks out, and cell will die. Lysis means breakdown. Lysis means what? Breakdown. Plasma means plasma membrane. So, as when you expose the cell to high sugar concentration, any cell, that cells will die. Because of which process? Osmosis process. Because of which process? Osmosis process. Now you keep this aside. The same peel, the leaf peel you have taken. Now the same leaf peel, you can take the same leaf peel and boil in a test tube with the Bunsen burner. With the help of Bunsen burner, you boil it. The same leaf peel you take and boil it. Okay, you boil it. What happened when you boil it? When you boil it, the cells are killed. Right. Remember that cells are killed. Remember that cells are killed. Okay. Now you take watch glass as like that only. You take watch glass and you add sugar solution. And the leaf peel which is boiled you place in this watch glass. Can that cells is plasmolized? Can that cells are plasmolized? Is it possible to plasmolize? Can you expect that? Is it possible to plasmolize? Cell wall which is dead, or the cells which are dead or doesn't undergo the plasmolysis, because the cells are dead. As water is removed, how the cells are dead? Because of the shrinkage. Already it is plasmolized. Then how it is possible to plasmolize again? So already that cells are dead. Then how it is possible to break that cells again and again? No, it is not possible. So here in this case you have to observe the difference. Here the cells which are not dead undergone plasmolysis. Their cells are boiled and killed. Okay, so that cell doesn't undergo plasmolysis. It is the rule and the point that you have to remember. Okay. So next point then, I hope you understood very clearly. Okay. About the importance of the cell. Okay, living cells only respond to the changes. Now this dead cell doesn't respond to the changes. Now let's see. This is the cell and cell wall, right? Hypotonic, as we have discussed that hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic. Isotonic means same. Hypotonic means The outside concentrations are very high. The water concentrations are very dilute and high. This is hypotonic. Hypotonic. Okay, isotonic means what? Same. Next, hypertonic. Hypertonic means what? Right? Where the concentrations inside is very high. Okay. Here the cell wall having one rule. It means rule means having one character, that it allows only very dilute particles, dilute water molecules or water particles. The dilute water particles are allowed inside, as a large quantity of the water can enter inside through cell wall pores. But as the cell wall is having a resistant character, that too, as when large quantity of dilute water enter inside, okay, the pressure is created. So the pressure can be overcome. The pressure of this cell, the pressure of this water inside the cell can be resisted and overcome and balanced and stopped with the help of cell wall. So this is turgor pressure. Okay, the turgor pressure is resisted. The cell wall can resist the turgor pressure of the cell. Okay, the turgor pressure of the cell can be resisted and withstand even bacteria, even fungi, even also other cells also equal pressure against. Okay, the cells will swell, the swelling cells are resisted and without bursting, it is done by the cell wall. It means that cell wall can resist and stop the bursting of the cell with the help of its turgor pressure. Okay, so these are the different characteristic features of the cell. Okay, cell wall. Now the very important, the important cell organelles that we are going to understand, that is what? Nucleus. Okay, so how can you understand? Let's understand here. Nucleus is the cell organelle. Let's write some characteristic features of the nucleus. Okay, cells are two types. Cells are two types: eukaryotes and prokaryotes. So cells are two types based on the presence and absence of nucleus. They are two types. If the nucleus is present, they are eukaryotes. If the nucleus is, it means that we can say, don't say that it is absent. Well-defined nucleus is absent. Well-defined nucleus is absent. Well-defined nucleus is absent. So they are called as prokaryotes. For example, bacteria. It means in bacteria, nucleus is well-defined, nucleus is absent. The nuclear membrane is absent. Okay, the nuclear membrane is absent. The total cell part, bacterial cell acts as a nucleus. It means that the structure of the nucleus is not well defined. If you take the plant cell, the nucleus is present in the center towards the cell membrane, and in animal cell, nucleus is present in the center. As well defined nucleus is present. Even fungi, Even fungi and mushrooms, all these are the molds. So these are the best examples. Next, let's understand some more characteristics, right?